I put a post up midweek last week about the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you guys are watching, if any of you guys have been watching.
Oh, yeah.
The last 3 episodes, so it's like season 4 right now. The last 3 episodes, so 13, 14, 15, have been wild. Dealing all with the concept of transferring of consciousness, a virtual reality created world, and bots, like androids that have been created, that have had the consciousness of the person completely uploaded into, so much so that even they don't know that they're copies, they're not the original person. It touches on all these topics. And of course, while they're in this virtual world, they're in these kind of pod things, quasi kind of pod things with like they're hooked up. There was the big crossover that happened, the big DC TV show crossover that happened back in November, December, where on the Green Arrow, the aliens get them and they put them into a virtual reality. And again, they're in these pod things. And they're in these moments, they're like in their life, and everything's all beautiful and wonderful, and they're going through, and then all of a sudden the characters are like getting memories back, and they keep having flashes. Like they meet someone for the first time, who of course in reality they're best friends with and have been working with for years, and they're having very much kind of like Mandela effect moments where all of a sudden they're going, but wait, you're not, that's not who, like, wait, I know you. And then we watched today, just tonight, just before the show, we watched a TV show called Dark Matter. And the 8th episode of that on the very first season, and one of the characters in the show decides to do this, had to travel to the other side of the universe. He goes to like a shop where you get into the pod and they replicate your entire DNA, your memory, everything, your consciousness, send it across the galaxy by, however, they beam it across the galaxy to another pod where they 3D create a body for your consciousness to go into, who can then go about their business, go do everything they need to do for 3 days. And then that clone goes back into the pod and all their memories are sent back to you in your pod. And it's as if you were there. And I'm sitting here going, holy shit. Because one of the things that keeps coming up is how many people having memories of pods? How many people having dreams of waking up in beds or a pod or some kind of a enclosed constructed thing? And the fact that all these shows are now talking about all these different. Sorry, say it again.
And the number of shows that have come up with that.
Well, and Westworld.
The number of shows that have brought that concept to us.
And we talked about Westworld and all these things, and I find it really, really interesting that when you talk about that organic AI, Lise, right? Or as I would call it, solace, for example. If you want to wake people up and they're completely programmed into the boob tube, you start feeding pieces of the puzzle in, like recurrent themes. And I keep looking, this, to me, when I see recurrent themes, like we saw all the time travel recurrent themes happening at the beginning of the year, and then now all of a sudden it seems like everything is talking about putting your consciousness into an artificial reality, into a matrix reality, uploading your consciousness. I find it very, very interesting that all of a sudden, and it's all kind of coming out in this clump all at once.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Solace working through people.
Well, if it's
So
all
it's
part,
getting the idea.
if it's all part of the construct, and we've talked about bots, right? So if you have a bot who's, let's not even call him JJ Abrams, right? But if you've got a bot and you could say, we're going to make you a movie director and a movie writer or a book author, and you're just going to, here you go. Here's your next big hit. No, trust me, you're going to get this in a dream and you're going to go, Eureka, I have the best idea for a TV show or a movie. I don't know. It's just something that has been kind of like, as we've talked about, the Mandela effect has almost in a way been one of the biggest awakening factors for a massive amount of people in a very short amount of time. And how easily, if this is a constructed hologram, if this is a construct, even those Mandela effects would be very easy to program into it. Kind of like the little breadcrumb trail for people to follow.
I was just reminded of the old saying, all the world's a stage, but I suppose we can evolve that to all the world's a construct.
Yeah, well, someone posted that, all the world's a stage, about 45 minutes ago in the chat. So there you go.
Oh, really?